Funded by UAE, Ethiopia builds a secret training camp for RSF. Egypt reiterates categorical rejection of equating Sudanese states institutions with any militia. Macron says Europe should brace for more US hostility. Hello and welcome. Ethiopia is hosting a secret camp to train thousands of fighters for the Rapid Support Force paramilitary group in neighboring Sudan. Reuters reporting has found that one of the world's deadliest conflicts is being fed by regional powers from Africa and the Middle East. The camp constitutes the first direct evidence of Ethiopia's involvement in Sudan's civil war, marking a potentially dangerous development that provides the RSF a supply of fresh soldiers as fighting escalates in Sudan South. 8 sources, including a senior Ethiopian government official, said the United Arab Emirates financed the camp's construction and provided military training and logistical support to the site. The Egyptian foreign minister, in a press conference with his Senegalese counterpart, stressed his country's complete rejection of equating Sudanese state institutions with any militia. Earlier this month, Abdul Ati had affirmed in a meeting with his Sudanese counterpart Muhyiddin Salim Cairo's rejection of any attempts to divide Sudan or undermine its sovereignty and stability. Abdul Ati stated that the governance of the Red Sea is the sole responsibility of the littoral states at a time when Ethiopia aspired to gain access to the Red Sea, which has led to escalating tensions between Eritrea and Ethiopia. Lieutenant General Ibrahim Jabir praised the significant improvement in the performance of the committees for reforming educational institutions and rehabilitating the electricity sector, noting that the return rate of public educational institutions in Khartoum state reached 85%. This came during his chairmanship of the committee's 31st meeting on Monday. In the presence of the governor of Khartoum, Jabir commended the efforts of those working in the electricity sector, calling for the future work to ensure a stable electricity supply that meets the needs. Sudan's permanent representative to Geneva, Ambassador Hassan Hamid, affirmed on Monday that the recent visit of the High Commissioner for Human Rights to the country was a statement to Sudan's commitment to cooperating with the Commission. Hamid presented the examples of militia crimes in response to the Commissioner's briefing on expanding the arms embargo. The permanent representative explained that the Commissioner should ask the Security Council to hold the state sponsoring the militia accountable, which is the UAE. Hamid denounced what the UAE representative had stated about his country's announcement of donations for humanitarian aid and attempts to hide behind the cloak of humanitarian work as a desperate attempt that will not succeed in concealing the UAE's involvement and crimes against Sudan and its people. The governor of the Bank of Sudan, Amina Mirghani, announced the signing of a memorandum of understanding between the Central Bank of Sudan and the Central Bank of the Sultanate of Oman. The memorandum aims to enhance cooperation between the two banks, particularly in technical areas and combating money laundering. She noted that correspondent banking relationships have been established between the Central Bank of Oman and several Sudanese banks. This came during her briefing to Prime Minister Dr. Kamel Idris on Monday regarding the results of her visit to the Sultanate of Oman. The Khartoum state government has decided to conduct a fact-finding investigations into the circumstances surrounding the events of the Khartoum Land Office. In a press release issued today, the state government affirmed that all state employees are subjected to civil service law, which provides them with full protection, and that the findings of the fact-finding investigations will be implemented in accordance with the civil service law. The state government announced that it will make the facts available to the public. Iran's Supreme National Security Council Secretary Ali Larijani met with Oman's Sultanate Haytham bin Tariq on Tuesday, according to the Omani news agency. Days after a round of talks between the United States and Iran that took place in the Sultanate. During the meeting, which was held at Al Baraka Palace, the latest developments related to the Iranian-American negotiations were discussed, as well as ways to reach a balanced and fair agreement between the two sides. Both sides stressed the importance of returning to the negotiating table, bridging differences and resolving dispute peacefully in order to contribute to strengthening peace and security in the region and the world. Europe should brace for more moments of U.S. hostility. French President Emmanuel Macron has warned and should treat what he called the Greenland moment as a wake-up call. In an interview with several European newspapers, the French leader said that European Union should not mistake the lull in tensions with Washington for a lasting shift, despite a pause in U.S. threats over Greenland trade and technology. Macron urged the EU leaders to use a summit in Belgian Castle this week to inject fresh energy into economic reforms, to bolster the bloc competitiveness and strengthen its ability to stand up to China and the United States on the world stage. This was your today's news by Sniper TV. Thank you for watching. Until next time, goodbye.